Hello, Andy Arthur Ross here. Now, today I'm going to be doing another song by Ren at popular request. I've had such a fantastic response to the first video I did, which was Hi Ren. I'd never seen him before. I was pretty amazed by his work. And a lot of you have been asking me to have a listen to this track, Jenny and Screech, it's called. So I've never seen it before. Here it comes. Street, in the street. I guess that's significant. Lots of graffiti. He's starting the same way as he did with Hi Ren, with the kind of drifting, improvising kind of melody.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to...
I want to stop it because I want to sort of pay homage to his... what would you call it? His complete immersion in what he's saying and what he, you know, he's telling a story, but he's in it completely. His emotions, the way he describes Screech coming up and talking to her like that and being aggressive. And I mean, he's funny because I think it's beyond acting. Like all great actors, they give the impression that they're embodying someone else rather than actually acting. Like he's in it. He has this ability, it seems, to get right in there straight away without too much self-consciousness. Anyway, I'm going to carry on from there.
Move but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
I mean, very capable. Oh. So, a new scene. Seems like. Sounds like a Tudor lutist. Screech's tale.
Our story, it starts right at the end of the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, you in? No, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
I'm going to stop it again. I'm sorry to keep stopping it because I want to just sort of absorb the whole thing in one go, but this guy Screech is obviously a complicated man and full of tension and kind of screwed up. I suppose I'm stating the obvious, but the fact that this is staged, I mean, again, he is so unique, this artist. He's so engaging, partly because you've never seen anything like it. And his invention is amazing. I mean, he will, you know, are you watching a concert or are you watching a performance? It is performance art, but the fact that he will whip out his phone like that, and I don't know, it's hard to well, I don't want to categorize it, but it's certainly engaging. It makes you just want to watch it, and like a child who wants to know how this story's going to end. I'm now desperate to know how is this unfolding. So on we go.
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Great.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying one street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Right. That chord is like what next chord. Nah, it's a diminished, I think, augmented. And here we go. Now we have Violet's Tale. Okay, so this is turning into quite a kind of Shakespearean story. It reminds me of Romeo and Juliet, of course, that last scene. Hospital with that same gown on again. Okay. Nice chops, as they say. I love the energy that he puts into everything. There's an intensity about everything he does. The guitar playing, the singing, the drama. I'm assuming these are improvised falsetto parts that he seems to use to introduce his songs.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she's our lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
Rewinding the hands of time, musically. Now we're back there, I'm assuming.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room.
Interesting that he
History repeats itself, he paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance.
Devil comes to dance. Great.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick knack, paddywhack. One to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I wanna do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
Back again. Maybe.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, She was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005, a lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Wow. Yeah. Great story, isn't it? It's a wonderful story. It is kind of Shakespearean. It's so dramatic and it's so compelling. The story's compelling. And actually I'm left with that, what would you call it? The momentum of the story. So, that's Jenny and Screech. Right. And then you start building ideas and putting things together and working out the bigger story. I mean, he has this intensity about him and a unique, medium, I suppose, because he is a performance artist, but he's on the, he's just a storyteller in this case, and I would say the High Ren was much more personal, but he's obviously comes and understands the intricacies of a background where that kind of stuff goes on. He's got this urban, earthy connection with the real harshities in life and the real difficulties that people go through and the dark side. And then he has his illness, which I've since learnt about. I didn't know that before. And you can't help wondering whether that informs some of the work in the sense of having to face darknesses himself. So he's at the dark end. He inhabits or knows a lot about the dark end of life, but through his own personal experiences. Plus this edgy part of our existence as human beings where these kind of things go on and this kind of behavior goes on and people talk to each other and abuse each other and it's nasty, and it's as if he's shouting out from the darkness, no, there's got to be a better way, something like that. Or he's saying, maybe he's not saying that, maybe he's saying, this is reality, this is how it is. Don't shy away from the dark stuff. It's real. Don't sanitize anything. This is real. And I think, like a lot of great artists, that's one of the things that they provide for us, is a kind of, they're visionaries of the present, as in what is actually happening. And they're observers, and he's obviously a keen observer. And he wants to say what he sees, even if it's dark. Reminds me a little bit of Mike Leigh, actually. Mike Leigh, the playwright, whose his early work was shrouded in humour. And of course, Shakespeare was shrouded in humour. He would deliver very dark ideas about humanity in the form of humour, which made it palatable, because it was brought to you in a humorous way. Now, he's not doing that. I can see that. Ren isn't doing that. But someone like Mike Leigh would do that in his early work, the playwright. Anyway, I'm probably going off-piste a bit here by talking about playwrights. But going back to Ren is one of those rare artists that can really penetrate with a kind of absolute integrity and intensity that penetrates. So I take my hat off to him. I wish we had more artists like that who are just saying, look, this is how it is. No bullshit, please. I don't want it. And, you know, we don't want a world full of artifice. And I think he's one of those people who fights that corner, probably unwittingly. I don't know. But more power to his elbow. I'm a fan of his work. As I said, I probably wouldn't listen to it for pleasure necessarily, but I really appreciate what he does, and more power to him, and keep going strong. That's it from me. Yeah, I mean, it has quite a lasting effect. Anyway, I will be thinking about that, and say goodbye for now. See you next time. Bye-bye. Just a footnote to say, please feel free to leave comments and to suggest songs that you might like me to listen to. Also, if you feel like subscribing, you've enjoyed the channel, that would be fantastic. It's incredibly helpful for me. It's free, by the way. Some people don't realize that. And also the thumbs up, that's also very useful, and I really appreciate that. It helps to keep the work going. And thank you very much for coming. See you another time. Bye-bye.